The New York Jets got all of our hopes up, literally thinking that they could possibly trade for Aaron Rodgers before the 2023 NFL draft. Yes, they had a couple of first-round draft picks, they had a couple of second-round draft picks, and they had a first at 13th overall. And I was sitting there, and I think all of us were kind of ready for it, but it didn't exactly come to fruition. And now, as we head forward, there's a couple of scenarios that I think could happen for the Jets that really do make them get the quarterback of the future, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So we're going to bring you in here and just look at the dream draft scenarios for the New York Jets in the draft, as well as, hey, what do we think could happen? What's the worst case scenario as well? So right off the bat, again, this isn't a mock draft. I know people get kind of up in arms when I just take a couple of picks here, take a couple of swings at guys, but honestly, it's just me looking at things how they could fall. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the draft here. I really don't know if the Jets are going to trade up. It could happen, but it also could be one of those things where, honestly, they just stick at 13 and see what happens to them. But again, specifically if they want to go get up their quarterback, I mean, honestly, the Jets, they're a pretty solid team all around. But I could also see them, obviously, they have needs at tackle and stuff as well. So, for 13, maybe they stick and pick and then see what they can do as far as maybe getting a quarterback. Will Levis has fallen in quite a bit of draft boards, so that could be interesting. But the dream draft scenario for me would be, a guy like Will Levis falling, or maybe the Jets trading their first and a future one or something like that. Nothing from this year because they still got some needs to fill with those 2 second-round picks. So I'd prefer if they didn't trade those. But if they stick and pick at 13, which, it is what it is at this point, could be pretty interesting, but let's be real. Those first 4 picks of the draft are going to be mostly taken up by the quarterbacks, or most likely. We could see the Texans trade out of the second overall pick. We could see the Cardinals trade out of the 3rd overall pick. It really is smoke season this entire time. So smoke screen season, whatever, you guys get the point. So, but I think it's going to be interesting. But let's say the Jets just stick and pick. They don't trade up, and they just want to see how the rest of the board falls. So Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis goes. Yeah, okay. So, and plus, I think getting Hendon Hooker in the second round is definitely an option, even if they want to trade down and get more picks. Definitely think it's something that could happen. But here at 13 is where things could get pretty interesting. So tackle, you got Paris Johnson Jr. Honestly, you really do need tackle at this point. Like I was really holding out hope for Mekhi Becton, but overall, I don't know. I think honestly, if you want to stay here, if you were talking about dream draft scenarios, you would hope a guy like Will Levis falls to a 13, but I doubt it because there's going to be a lot of quarterback needy teams in this draft. Because I do think he is I don't want to say the worst, but he's the most ill-equipped quarterback out of all of them, I would say, because I think it goes Bryce Young / CJ Stroud, then Anthony Richardson, and then Will Levis. So right here, I mean, the Jets, they could go Hendon Hooker if they wanted to trade back and maybe get in line for some of those other picks. And if he goes, after that, it's pretty slim pickings. Like, I really don't know if they want to roll with one of these guys. So at 13, though, I really feel like tackle is really the main need here, and I feel like going Paris Johnson Jr., who's going to be an absolute stud, is the answer. And again, this is just sticking and picking, not trading up and doing anything like that. Now here, Tanner McKee is most likely going to fall into the 3rd round. He's going to be really interesting, and again, there's after some of these players going, tackle's going to be pretty gone. Like after you see DeJuan Jones go here, and he just went to the Titans, which I actually really like them getting DeJuan Jones, who's going to play right tackle. Short of that happening, I mean, maybe he could fall to them in the 2nd round. I definitely think he's a target. I would love to see DeJuan Jones with the Jets, but overall, I really do expect the Jets in this particular spot to really look at, a guy like Jack Campbell, who would make a lot of sense if they want to help out that linebacking core, or maybe Osiris Torrance. I know you've got a pretty good offensive line, but he's the best guard in the draft. Like, he would just be a lot of fun if you ask me. But as far as the rest of the offense, like, I'm not really that worried about it. The defense is pretty solid too. So, as far as tackle, it's definitely there. So, but as far as dream draft scenarios, it would be DeJuan Jones that falls into the 2nd round, because then you could get potentially, you get tackle taken care of. Now, I don't think you would double down on tackle right away, but if you say traded up for a quarterback and then went DeJuan Jones there in the 2nd round, I think that would be fantastic. So again, I think it really depends on what the Jets really want to do with that 1st round draft pick. Do they want to trade up? Do they want to go get their quarterback? What's going to happen here. Maybe draft night, a trade for Rodgers happens. Who knows? But overall, the Jets are in a spot where, yes, you need a quarterback to lead this thing. You want to shore up that offensive line and help out that linebacking core and maybe go from there. But that is it. That is our dream draft scenarios for the New York Jets. Let us know what you guys think and what is the dream draft scenario for the Jets in your guys' eyes. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our dream draft scenarios for the New York Jets in the 2023 NFL Draft.